Hey there, Lucy. Just wanted to let you know that I was going to go to the store today since it's a triple points day. I'm probably going to come home with a lot of food, okay?
Sounds good to me, Tanya. Would you mind getting me some ice cream while you're there, too?
You want me to add some ice cream to the grocery list? I wish you would have said something before.
Actually, now that you mentioned, make sure you get the ice cream, some potato chips, those little sweet rolls they sell at the bakery, and also a slice of chocolate cake while you're at it.
Hold on a second, Lucy. I was already planning on buying quite a bit of stuff at the store today. I only have so many bags, and I'm sure that whatever I get is already going to be really heavy.
Okay, I literally don't remember asking about any of that. What's the point you're trying to make here?
Well, I'm just saying that if you wrote all of this down on the list beforehand, it might be different. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get everything you just asked for on top of the stuff that I was already going to get, you see?
You have got to be kidding me. Please tell me this is your idea of a joke.
I might be able to get some ice cream, but if you're really craving desserts that much, you might be better off just going to the corner store and getting yourself something. I can pay you back for whatever you get for yourself when I get back home, so go ahead and pick out something nice for yourself, okay?
I honestly can't believe that I am being talked back to by the help. Since when do maids give their masters orders?
Excuse me? I really don't know what you mean by all that, Lucy.
I mean that you're my dad's wife, which is basically just another word for maid, and I'm his daughter. That means that you have to do whatever I tell you to do as well. So don't go thinking you can tell me what to do and what you can and can't buy.
I really don't get where this attitude of yours has been coming from lately. You never acted like this at all before your dad and I got married, you know?
Well, that's because when it was just Dad and I, the housework never got done, and I figured you for the sap who would marry him and clean up for us.
Lucy, please tell me that you're not serious about this. Is that really how you feel about me?
Of course it is, you good-for-nothing maid. Don't think that just because I told my dad that I didn't mind if you married him that it meant I liked you or anything.
Hey there, Tanya. Just wanted to let you know that I'm finally done with work for the day. I remember you telling me that you were going to the grocery store. Are you still there?
Hey there, Rick. I'm actually still at the store right now, but I'm standing in line to pay.
Oh, I see. You said it was their triple points day, right? Does that mean there were a lot of people buying groceries today?
Just a bit. There certainly were more people than I was expecting, but it wasn't so bad. It just makes me glad that I didn't take the car down here. That would have been a mess trying to get out.
Oh, I see. Did you bike down there instead? Maybe I can try and get home right around when you would so I can help you bring some bags in.
You don't need to worry about that. I brought enough bags for me to be able to carry, so I think I'll manage.
Oh, well, okay. If you're sure about that then, just don't push yourself too hard. I'll see you at home then. Love you.
Thanks, hun. I love you too.
Lucy, are you there? I have some really bad news.
Oh, Dad, did you get off work already? What's the matter? What's the bad news?
Well, it's Tanya. She's been in a traffic accident and was hit by a car. An ambulance has already arrived to where she was hit and they're taking her to the hospital right now.
Whoa, what? Are you serious? Did Tanya really get hit by a car?
That's right. She was on her way home from the grocery store when some drunk driver ran into her. I guess Tanya must have handed her phone to a passerby because I got a call from her to tell me about this, only it wasn't her. So anyways, I'm going to Central Hospital to go see her. You're old enough to take care of yourself at the house, so just wait there. There might be phone calls coming to the house about this, so I just wanted you to know.
Got it. I guess I'll hold down the fort and answer the phone if any calls do come.
Of course. And I have one more thing to ask of you. If you could call around to Tanya's relative and let them know what happened and explain that I'm with her at the hospital, I'd really appreciate it.
You got it, Dad. You can count on me. Hey, Tanya, are you there? I heard all about what happened from my dad a little bit ago. So you were hit by a car on your way back from the supermarket? I guess that means that all the snacks that I told you to buy for me went flying into the air on impact, huh? You really are a useless maid, do you know that? I mean, I ask you to do one little thing for me, and you go and get yourself hit by a car? Someone really needs to teach you a lesson in responsibility. Hello, I'm talking to you here. Aren't you going to say anything to me? You better make sure to buy everything that I asked you to get for me before you get back home from the hospital. Oh, right. Also, my dad asked me to call your family and tell them what happened to you. But that's such a pain in the butt, so I'll do it, but you're going to have to pay me $100 a month on top of allowance. Got it? Anyways, if you don't want me to tell Dad to divorce you right now, you better get out of the hospital and come home right this second. You useless old maid. You have seriously got some nerve treating me like this, you know that? I fell asleep texting you last night, and now I wake up and I see that you've read all of my messages. So does that mean that you smartened up and finally came from the hospital then? Because Grandma is here and she's making me breakfast, you know. You can't even be here to do the most basic duties of a maid. And I don't want to hear any kind of excuses about how much pain you're in or anything like that. That would just make me think that you got into this accident as an excuse to try and get out of doing your job. Hey, are you even home yet? Because if you're not here doing your duty, then what is even the point of you being married to my dad? I guess this means I'll just have to think of something to do with you then.
Hey, Lucy. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't have any clubs after school today, right? Are you just coming home at the normal time?
Oh, Dad, aren't you still at work? What are you doing texting me while you're still on the clock?
Well, actually, I took the day off work and I'm at the hospital with Tanya right now.
You are? Why in the world would you take off work just to be with her?
I've been with Tanya here at the hospital since yesterday. I've stopped by home this morning to get her something that she needs while here, but that's it.
Is that why Grandma showed up to take care of me?
Yeah. I called her and told her that I wouldn't be home for a little bit and asked for her help.
But are you sure that Tanya's even that hurt? Like, are you sure she's not just over-exaggerating her injuries?
You think Tanya is just being dramatic about this? Lucy, are you serious?
I just mean that it can't be all that bad getting hit by a drunk driver, right? She probably just has a couple scratches, but I don't think she'd need to be hospitalized. Besides, don't you think it's bad that this woman who is trying to become my new so-called mother is just lying in a bed doing nothing to take care of me right now? She's basically making Grandma step in and do all the work that she should be doing. Dad, I'm sorry, but I really think it's high time that you and Tanya get a divorce. This is just getting ridiculous. I mean, surely, with the amount of money you make, we could just hire a normal maid, right?
Lucy, I just really don't think that I can handle you anymore.
What is that supposed to mean? I don't understand, Dad. Is something wrong?
I just mean that I saw the messages you were sending Tanya last night. I saw the messages that you'd been sending her for a while.
But wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, no, Dad, you really don't get it. This is all just a big mistake.
There's no mistake. And I think you know exactly what you've been doing. You sent some horrible messages to Tanya, and I just don't know what to say to you.
Were they really that bad? I was just trying to tell her how I really felt about her.
Look, Lucy, I know that even though Tanya and I are married, that you really never thought of her as your new mom. And that's fine. I was never going to force that. I just hoped that would happen over time. But I just can't believe the kind of things that you were saying to her. I mean, you literally kept calling her a maid. I'm sorry, but I just can't let this kind of behavior slide without doing something. Especially when it's coming from my own daughter.
Wait, no, Dad, you can't be serious about this. What are you trying to do? I was just trying to set Tanya straight for not doing her job like she was supposed to.
I'm afraid that I might just have to kick you out when you turn 18. By the way, Tanya still hasn't woken up. She's still unconscious.
Hold on a second. You're going to kick me out of the house? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke?
The doctor said she hit her head in the accident and her whole body is covered in injuries. I can't believe the woman I love has ended up like this. I don't even know what to think. I'm crushed. It feels like I have nothing.
But that's not true, Dad. You have me. You're never alone.
You think that's what I want to hear from you right now? We're probably glad that this happened. I was just starting to move past the fact your mom had cheated on me, but I need some space now.
What do you mean you need space, Dad?
I mean, you're going to go and live with your grandma for the time being. Do you understand me?
You can't really mean that. You're really going to send me to live with Grandma?
That's right. She's already agreed to do this. I told her all about what's happened.
You mean that you're really going to choose your wife over your own child? You can't be serious.
It isn't even much of a choice, really. One of you is fighting for their life after just going out to shop for us. Meanwhile, you were demanding that she leave the hospital that she could bring you ice cream and chips.
Please, Dad, don't do this to me.
I want you to pack your things up by tomorrow night, because then you and Grandma are going back to her place.
Hey there, Rick. I just wanted to let you know that I got on the train, okay?
Ah, good. I was wondering when I would be hearing from you.
I think that my things are supposed to be delivered sometime this afternoon.
Well, that's good to hear. Hopefully nothing bad happens with that. By the way, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay, thanks for asking. It's hard to believe that it's been a whole month since I left the hospital. I know that it's going to take some time to build my strength back up, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
Right. Well, you just rest up and take it easy. Things will come with time. I'll meet you at the station when you arrive. Just shoot me a message.
Got it, will do. And Rick, can I ask something?
Of course you can, Tanya. What's on your mind?
Are you really sure that you made the right choice with Lucy? I mean, you didn't even tell her that you got a new job or that we were going to be moving. Are you sure you want to do this without even saying a word to her?
I'm sure about it. Part of me really does want to go and talk to her in person, but my mom says that Lucy is still working through things and that she's going to need some time.
Oh, really? Is everything okay? Do you know?
I guess she is still blaming you for all of this, and my grandma is trying to work on explaining to her how none of this is your fault. She's sending her to therapy so that she can get a better hold of her emotions.
Well, if you really think that it's best, then I trust you, Rick.
Thanks for understanding. I am talking with my mom about Tanya a lot and always trying to follow whatever she's up to.
Right. I just hope that one day we can all put this behind us in the future and get along. It's been a few months since I got on the train to move to our new home. I was worried that I wasn't going to have a complete recovery, but it seems like I was able to get over the accident without any lasting effects. It's actually been quite a while since Rick and I have talked about going to talk to Lucy. Years, in fact. Her high school graduation is actually tomorrow. Last week, Rick got a message from Lucy asking if he would like to be there to watch her graduate. He talked it over with his mom, and she told him that Lucy had made great progress with her therapy. Rick asked if I could come along too, and Lucy said of course. So we've just finished packing our bags and are going to see Lucy tomorrow.
Mindy, can you come pick up this old hag? We're newlyweds. You should be the one taking care of her.
Laura, it's been a while.
By old hag, are you referring to our mother? Of course I'm talking about your mother. Take this shabby-looking, stinky old hag to your house. Stop making rude remarks. She's my mother. I don't care. It's true, isn't it? She's a poor old hag. If you don't come pick her up, I'll kick her out. Laura, my mother wanted to live with my brother, not me. My brother wanted that too. And yet, to say such things is so rude to all of us. My mother is nowhere near poor or shabby looking. You just don't want to think that because she's your mother, and you owe her for raising you guys as a single parent. But to someone like me who grew up in a wealthy family, she just seems poor. I feel sorry for you, but that is the truth. If you feel sorry for me, then why not just stop being rude? Your words make me sad, you know. What is it about my mother that you don't like so much? She's a terrible cook. What? Her dishes are nothing but unappetizing. She's such a bad cook. And her clothes look like they were bought at a thrift shop. I can't believe she has such bad taste in fashion. My mother is cooking? Really? Of course she'd be cooking for us. We're letting her live with us, so she should at least do some chores. That's my mother's line. I know you guys were raised by a single parent and don't have any money, but it's wrong for you to force your baggage on us. Jessie works for a nice company. Without this baggage, we could live a wealthy life. If you have time to talk ill of our mother behind her back, why don't you just go face my brother? What do you mean by that? Jessie and I are doing just fine. I suggest you have a talk with him, but if you say that's unnecessary, it's your choice. Anyway, my mother is my important family. I won't tolerate you bad-mouthing her. If you really want to get rid of her, discuss it directly with my brother. Or is there any reason you can't do that? It makes Jessie happy to see me being nice to his mother. And he buys me gifts at Saks Fifth to thank me. But if he figures out I dislike his mother, it will be troublesome. That's why I need you guys to take care of this issue. Okay? I see. This is all for your own personal benefits. But unfortunately, I cannot solve your problem on my own. If you really want my mother to move out, you'll have to talk to my brother. But I would advise you to talk it over with my mother as well. She's probably not the kind of person you think she is. Why are you trying to make a big fuss about it? Just take your mother to your house and it'll all be solved. You'll later regret it if you don't help me out now. You're the one who would regret it if you don't listen to my advice. Bye then. The storm was pretty bad today. By the way, something funny happened. Do you want to hear about it? Something funny? Well, I have an idea what you're talking about. I kicked out the poor old hag on this stormy day. Now, the house is all ours. You should have listened to me when I told you to pick her up. I wonder how she's doing right now. You really are the worst. That house was my mother's family house. How dare you kick her out and take over that place? I'm just giving you back your mother, who has no money. You and your mother can live a happy, poor life together. You're being selfish. What do you think my brother will think when he finds out about this? Make sure you tell Jessie this is not my fault. Your mother left on her own. You don't want to destroy our marriage, do you? Then team up with me and get our story straight. Huh? Your mother is unneeded in our house since she has no money. So, in order to take over this house, I kicked her out during the storm. My mother is with us right now at her second house. Second house? You're an idiot. I never heard she had a second house. We're all gathering at this huge second house, which has an inside pool, gym, and also a theater room. There's even a lake so we can enjoy fishing when the weather's nice. I think my brother is coming later. You must have gone crazy. Are you talking about a dream or something? Oh, right. You didn't know my mother was a super wealthy woman with lots of assets. We've lived a richer life than you can ever imagine. Wealthy with lots of assets? I don't understand what you're saying. That's right. I'm so sorry. It must be difficult for normal people to understand. Not that I care if you don't understand. Hey, explain it to me so I can understand. What's going on? My mother only lived in that house to spend time with my brother and his wife. But since you kicked her out, she invited me and my husband to come live with her in her second house. You guys never told me you had other homes. We intentionally didn't tell you about it. My brother thought it'd be better to pretend we were normal so that you won't cringe at the difference in our standard of living. My mother loves my brother, so she respected his opinion and tried her best to be normal. Dreaming of a happy, normal life with him and you, she tried getting along with you, but she gave up. Your personality was so awful that she decided it was impossible. Also, she has become tired of adjusting things to your level. My level? My mom could have dressed in high-brand clothes and taken out food from super fancy restaurants. But she didn't, because she was pretending to be normal, just like you. As soon as she was kicked out, I picked her up and took her to our second house. Now we're partying with family and friends, enjoying delicious food and wine, so don't bother us. I don't think my mother will ever live with you again, so no worries about that. Are you saying that for real? Your mother has a luxurious second house and is having a party? I can't believe it. She was wearing clothes that looked like they were bought at a thrift shop. That was just another effort to adjust her living standards to yours. You should have thanked her. That means your mother pretended to be poor when she's really rich. I don't think she was pretending to be poor. She was just pretending to live in your standard of living. Are you trying to say I'm poor? I wouldn't say such rude things, but compared to my mother's living standards, that can't be denied. Anyway, you have no eyes to see other people who they really are, nor the heart to appreciate and respect your mother-in-law. No, wait. If she's rich, it's a different story. I didn't know she was that wealthy. I thought she was just a poor old hag, just making us pay extra living expenses. You are so rude. It doesn't matter if you're poor or rich. We became family by fate, and she wanted to get along with you, but all you did was talk down to her. I didn't mean to sound like that, but there's no point in arguing with someone like you. My mother has realized that too, so there is no need for you to live with her anymore. So please get out of that house. Why do I need to get out of the house? This is our house. You know you don't have any rights to the house, right? My mother is going to tell my brother as soon as he arrives, but that house was purchased by my mother, which means she is the one who owns it. Really? I'm surprised you didn't even know that. I don't know if my mother kept it from you or if you're just too insensitive, but the truth is that my mother let you guys live there as a wedding gift. I didn't know that. I thought Jesse bought this house. My brother is a sole proprietor right now, so it's impossible for him to get such a big loan. But since you became my mother's enemy, I'm sure she'll make sure you don't get anything from her. Even the house? She says she won't lend him money as long as he's with you. Lend money? My brother just started a private business. It used to be a side business, but he's slowly turning it into a full-fledged business. So his job at the old company has become his side business. I had no idea. So he doesn't work for that company anymore? You know nothing about this, do you? Or maybe you just ignored what he told you, not being able to understand what he said. What happens when your mother stops lending him money? His private business won't be able to continue. It will fail. My mother has done so much for my brother, and he was this close to success, but it's all ruined because of you. Mindy, I'm sorry for making you feel unhappy because of my misunderstanding, but now I understand it all. Let's reconcile. Reconcile? Will you tell your mother to come back to our house? I can go pick her up at the second house. Is it better for me to stay the night there with you guys? I can join the party too, right? You must be kidding. Why? It's too late now. My mother has already decided to cut ties with you. I've been telling you several times, but she won't live with you anymore. Maybe you'll never see her again. Wait a minute. So you really meant it when you told me to get out of this house? I have nowhere else to go. Plus, it would affect Jesse's work too. It's none of our business. You brought this on yourself, didn't you? To put it bluntly, you turned my mother against you by your own actions. I gave you advice to discuss things with my brother and mother, didn't I? You should have listened to me. Then you should have told me all about it in the first place. Tell you what? That your mother had money. Then I wouldn't have kicked her out. To change your attitude based on their money is what the worst kind of people do. It's only natural for a person like you to be cut off by my mother, don't you think? Mindy, this is bad. Jesse's been calling me like crazy. I think he found out what happened. Yes, my brother just arrived. My mother told him everything that she has been holding back until now. No way. Oh no. That's right. You're finished. Just talk to my brother. In the end, Jesse found out about everything, and Lara was confronted with divorce. He decided to sell the house and told her to get out. She cried in despair. She apologized desperately to her mother-in-law and begged for forgiveness, but the entire family ignored Lara. Lara was kicked out of her house and abandoned by her own parents. If only she had been kinder to others, she would have been able to live a wealthy life for the rest of her life. While working from morning till night at a factory, she reflects on her own attitude every day. It sounds tough, but she deserved it, so it can't be helped.